Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome to my program again, The Key to Diversification, Episode 8. So my name is Mandy Chen, Head of IQI International Sales. Just a little bit background of myself. I'm actually involved in international marketing for more than 7 years. And myself as an investor, I have actually invested quite a few properties in different countries. And for the past few years, okay? The program for this is designed for those who's interested to explore international properties, or they wish to diversify their investment portfolio by hedging against the currency, yet they do not know how to go about it. I guess this is probably one of the main concerns that a lot of people wanted to invest in overseas, but yet they are worried because it's totally new territory and unfamiliar with all the rules and regulations. So with this program, we will be able to give you some fundamental guidelines and the investment criteria to invest abroad. And also, we will provide some insights of the global real estate market outlooks and updates so that you have a better understanding of the overseas properties market as well. So by end of this program, you will discover that in fact, invest abroad is not very difficult because some of the countries, the investment policies are rather friendly and only minimum entry cost for foreigner. So our program have run from episode 1 up to today's episode 8. So for those who have joined me for the past 7 episodes, if you like my program, please give us lots of love and likes and share it with your friends because this is a public program. So we are here to educate public how to invest wisely. So do share it with your friends, your relatives, your customers if they want to know more about investments overseas. Our program will run every day, 8 p.m. Malaysia time, GMT +8. For those that in different countries, you want to join us, remember GMT +8. And we will feature this in IQI International Sales page in Facebook. Okay, so we'll be featured in live. Or those who want to have the previous recording, if you can't join our program, you can always log into IQI International Sales in the YouTube channel because we have uploaded all the recording in the YouTube channel as well as in our Insta TV as well. So remember to log in. So remember to mark your calendar and join us every night, 8 p.m. or GMT +8. So in my program, I actually invited quite a number of panel speakers, and majority of them are qualified real estate specialists or professionals, and they are able to share their knowledge and experience as an investor to guide you through your investment portfolio and diversifications. So remember, if you like our program, please give us lots of likes and love and share it with your friends. So today I have a very special guest all the way from Vietnam. In fact, a pretty girl, okay, from Vietnam. And she is our sales director of IQI Vietnam. So without further delay, let's welcome Yang Eng. Okay, so she will introduce herself to us. So please give her lots of supports, okay? So she will be share more experience related to Vietnam markets. Hi, Dang En. So can you just introduce yourself to the audience?
Hi, everyone. Thank you for spending your time watching the live tonight. So my name is An, very simple, A-N, An. So currently I'm the sales director of IQI Vietnam. Our office is in Ho Chi Minh City, District 2. So I'm has 4-year experience in real estate and mainly selling residential properties, both to Vietnamese buyer and also international buyers. So I'm very happy today to share with you the updates and also the experience and the information related to real estate in Vietnam.
Okay, that's great. Let's welcome Ang. Okay, so let's talk about Vietnam markets in general. So because I'm sure some of us over here or some of the audience are not very familiar with Vietnam markets. Maybe a lot of people have gone to Vietnam for holidays. Anyone have been to Vietnam for holiday? And if you love Vietnam, can you just comment 1 if you love Vietnam? Okay, just tell us a little bit of the Vietnam market in general in terms of the population, GDP, and the developments in Vietnam.
So You know, the GDP in Vietnam performed very well, especially in 2019. It hits 7.1%, the highest,
Wow, that's
the,
very high.
yeah,
One of the
highest,
highest, yeah, one of the highest in the country, right?
yes. And there are like 97 million people in the whole Vietnam. So in Ho Chi Minh City, currently about almost 9 million people. So 50% of Vietnamese population, about 50% is the young people, the millennials. So
Mm-hmm,
our population, we have the golden age, like the people that around like 20 something or 35, the main labor force of the country as well.
mm-hmm,
And for the development, so Vietnam still a developing country, and you know, since I was born, I witnessed a lot of change in my city, in Ho Chi Minh City, and a lot of change in the whole country. A lot of new infrastructures. You know, in Ho Chi Minh City, we are making the very first metro line.
mm-hmm,
We are very excited for it. And also in Ho Chi Minh City, we have a very narrow river and canal system. So whenever there's a new bridges connect different area in the city, the property price increase.
mm-hmm,
And for long-term appreciation, the government they also invest a lot in national infrastructure projects from south to the north as well. And Ho Chi Minh City is the biggest city and also the main economy city of the whole country. So every 10 years, there are like 170,000 newcomer, like immigrate
mm-hmm,
to, yeah, so the potential is huge. And, you know, after a lot of change in China and the trade war and a lot of things happening, so we actually benefits the a lot of manufacturer and factories and business they are moving to Vietnam.
mm-hmm.
For example, Samsung they like moving 100% to Vietnam now for manufacturing their smart devices.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think even though these few days there are lots of positive news about Vietnam market as well, so we've been received great news. Okay, congratulations as well. Yeah, and I know that right now Vietnam is actually back to work already. In fact, you do not have really much of the death rate is actually zero, and even though in terms of the number of cases is also very minimum. Um, well done. Okay, I think your government have done a lot of
We really
measurements to protect that.
really happy and we was like the whole country, everybody was really united and we all together for this to control and to overcome the darkest time, you know.
Yep, that is very great. Okay, so what is the key driver of Vietnam real estate markets, in fact? I mean, in these recent years.
I think one of the main key driver, firstly, is the housing law. The housing law has changed since July 2015,
Mm-hmm,
which became more open and more positive for foreign buyers, and it's attract more foreign fund.
mm-hmm,
Yes, and it's also become more proper, more mature to protect the buyer and the developer as well. So since 2015, the real estate market has recovered, and there has been more and more supply in the market. And also the second key point is the economies. Yeah, the economy is growing very fast, and we has huge like a lot of opportunities to start businesses and a lot of startups coming and we adapt quite well, so I think that's also attract. And you know, the Vietnamese they also tend to invest in property. They prefer to invest in property. That's the most attractive and the most interesting investment channel to Vietnamese.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's been increasing and booming in the past 5 years already.
That is great. I mean, in fact, this is what we wanted to know. Even the local, you yourself have been invested in property, which is very great. Okay, so what is the foreign investment policies in Vietnam? Can a foreigner own a properties in Vietnam, and how easy can they go about it?
You know, like it's so easy and very simple than before. Since the law has changed in 2015, if you're a foreigner and you can enter Vietnam legally, like you have your passport, right? You enter an international airport and you get an entry stamp at the custom,
Mm-hmm.
you can buy property. That's it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Straightforward.
very, very, very flexible. Before, foreigner, they cannot buy any properties.
Mm-hmm.
They can only lease. And at the same time, they can only lease one property for
Oh,
living.
okay.
But since the law change, the foreigner they can buy multi properties.
Mm-hmm.
They uh, they can buy house in the projects or apartments in the projects. And the government they also set a limit quotas for foreigner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is 30%.
Okay.
Yeah, 30% for foreigners. And a lot of foreign developer also, you know, like attract more foreign investor to buy since the law change.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Vietnamese property market become more and more popular in globally.
So who is the major investors in Vietnam? Are they coming from all around the world?
Yes, they coming all around the world, but majority is from Asia. Especially number one is Korean. We have
Mm-hmm.
a huge Korean community in Vietnam. There's more than 200,000 Koreans working and living in Vietnam now.
Mm-hmm.
As a lot of huge corporation or medium or small business owner from Korea, they also invest and doing business in Vietnam for many years. For
Okay.
many years. So they have a habit when they move to a foreign country, they tend to bring along their family.
Mm-hmm.
So their living and renting needs is really demanding, high demanding. And after a long time working, they become more confident. More huge corporation invest in Vietnam like Samsung or CJ or financial corporation from Korea also invest a lot in Vietnam. So it make them more confident and invest a lot in Vietnam. And secondly is I would say a combination of Hong Kongese and mainland Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they also really, and also Taiwanese, they're very keen on Vietnamese property. The price really attractive. And they also do business. They also have factory and they also have companies here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then we also have Europeans and Australians and Americans as well.
Okay. And I understand that there is one Korean town as well in one of the district, right? Districts, is it District 7?
Yes, it is. You remember very well.
Thank you, because you are a good tour guide. You bring me around, so make me understand a little bit better of Vietnam as well. Okay, for those that who just joined in, welcome to my program, The Key to Diversification, episode 8. So remember, as usual, every program we would give some free gift. Okay, so if you want to get a free gift, can you just give us more likes, or you can actually click on our Facebook page and like our page and comment reports, so we'll give you the report. In this round, the report will be talk about the investment criteria as a foreigner in Vietnam. All right, so if you want to have this report, give us like and click report, so my team will contact you and we'll send you the report later. All right, so back to the questions. So how Vietnam handle COVID-19? I guess this is one of the very common concerns that everybody would wish to know. And what is the current situations now? And I understand that right now you have started working already, unlike we are
Yes.
in Malaysia, we still work from home. So, so can you just tell us a little bit on the situations now?
Yeah, so like Vietnam is a developing country. Actually, we are a poor country. So during this unprecedented time, no country was well prepared, right? And same for us. But I think because of we always worry about what would the worst thing would happen,
Mm-hmm.
and our government take action very quickly,
Mm-hmm.
especially like when in January we suspended on the flight to and from mainland China, and in early of March we suspended on the flight between Korea and Vietnam, or 27 country in Europe
Mm-hmm.
also banned it. And in about the third week of March, our government suspended all the foreign nationalities to enter Vietnam. And in the end of March, the government announced strict nationwide social distancing for 15 days. So
Wow.
during
Okay.
the 15 days, it was really, really tough.
Okay.
Everybody worried because there are still new cases every day. And a lot of shops, a lot of business closed down. The whole country is locked down. Also between cities, like when you want to go to another city, you have to go through a checkup.
Mm-hmm.
Very serious, and people actually want
Worried.
to
Yeah.
overcome.
Fear. Yes.
Yeah, also they worry, they fear, but they also want to overcome it. So they really follow. Everybody follow, and
Okay.
it's for everyone's good. And during the first 2 weeks of lockdown, everything become better. We have less new case, and after the first 2 weeks lockdown, the government, suggest 1 more week, and after 3 weeks now, we become like kind of back to normal, but we also reduce like a big group of quantity more than 20 people is not allowed.
Okay.
Yeah, so our government tend to open to international flights again, maybe in May.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we'll see what will happen. It's still a long, long way to go
Yep.
to you know, become back to real normal.
But it's really amazing because with such a high populations, you are talking about 97 million populations, and yet you actually manage the situations very well. In fact, you're talking about zero death. That is really amazing. So I'm really proud, and I wish I'm in Vietnam right now as well.
Yeah, and our hospital system and also the doctors, they're very committed,
Mm-hmm.
really, really committed, and like everybody very, you know, on together, yeah, yeah. So I'm very happy to be in Vietnam right now. Actually, I'm very
Yes. Yes, you should be very proud. Okay, the other thing is like even though during this before lockdown, I understand that you are actually closing quite a number of cases, a few deals as well. So it's
yes,
almost $1 million. So that is really amazing. That shows that the purchasing power in both locals as well as the foreigner, and the confidence level that people towards Vietnam is actually very, very high. So this comes to the next questions. What will be the opportunity amongst this during this crisis? How do you see as how do you give your advice to the investors?
so my advice is like you always need to keep up with the market, and a lot of people they always expect like for sales,
Yes.
like some good deals that go below the market. So the foreigner, their disadvantage is they cannot buy a resale from a Vietnamese.
Mm-hmm.
So they can only buy a resale, like a secondary deal from a foreigner. And majority of foreigner, when they invest in Vietnam, they buy with cash. They cannot get any loans. So they don't have a pressure with cash flow.
All right.
Of course, there are apartments that cannot get rented, but because the financial cash flow of the seller is not under pressure, and they are holding a very good value, and it's keep increasing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, during this pandemic, I think property investment channel is not get affected a lot like stock or bonds, right? It's a real value, long-term value properties. And during this hard time, a lot of developer, they offer a lot of incentives.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of incentives. And you know, the developer are also facing difficult time, and they also need to adapt, right? So they will put everything online. So during that million US dollar deal that me and my team made, we try to do everything online. We support our client online, even though that he's overseas,
Mm-hmm.
and we try to support as much as we could, and we have to prepare for this long run. So during these 3 weeks, um, a lot of developer, they also seek for our advice, like how to open a sales event, or how would you sell, something like that. And for the clients, for the foreign clients, rather than focus in some forced sales,
Mm-hmm.
which you have to wait for a long time, then you should look for other opportunities as well. Yeah, now is a good time to buy, but you need to get a good one. And
Especially during this uncertain situations, everybody, they might have some panic seller as well, but
yeah,
smart investor will always like to go in during this period of time, because
yes,
they can get a better incentive from the developer, as well as they probably get a better deal from
yeah,
the seller as well, right?
correct. And you know, during this pandemic, the industrial land in Vietnam actually increased 12%.
Wow, that's very
From
high. Yes.
last year, no pandemic, everything goes well. But this year, pandemic, the industrial land even go higher. So
Mm-hmm.
you know, like there's a huge demand for industrial manufacturing setting up soon in Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the sign.
Great.
Yeah, that's the sign for foreign investors.
But in fact, in terms of the capital appreciation for Vietnam, year to year, I think is also very high, right? Double digits, right?
I'm sorry?
In terms of the year to year capital appreciations in Vietnam, also double digits, right?
Yeah, almost.
It's about 10% or 15%. I remember you told me before.
For the apartment, about from 10%.
Mm-hmm.
For the apartment, from 10%, but for the house project, from 15%.
Wow, that's actually very high. What about the rental yield?
The rental yield, it depends on which area you buy, but it can be from 5 or 6%, 5 or 6%.
Okay. Okay, that's great. Okay, for those who just joined us, welcome to my program. Thanks for joining me as well. So if you want to get the reports, okay, there's a freebie giving away. If you want to get the reports, so please comment reports and like our page or like my program. Our team will actually contact you and send you the report. So basically this report is talking about the investment criteria in Vietnam as a foreigner. All right, so this report is actually very beneficial to you. So if you would grab this, this is one of the uh, good guides for you to start up with if you think of invest in Vietnam. All right, so anything else that you would advise investor, and why should we considering invest in Vietnam?
Because we are the safest country now. and, and for sure, like when we reopen the country, a lot of foreign investors, like a lot of clients of mine or my colleagues' clients, they are really looking forward to go to Vietnam and to inspect the property. So you can see that the demand is really getting higher, and Vietnam during this pandemic getting more and more popular.
Yes,
Yeah.
in fact. So I think if you were to actually do some research, you can see that for the past few days, there's really lots of positive news is talking about the Vietnam real estate. In fact, they were saying that the GDP rate is still about 4.5%, even at this pandemic situations. That is really a good news. And I'm so proud of you all. Okay, so this is really good. Yeah, so I open to the floor. Anyone have any questions that you want to ask Ang about Vietnam market? Please feel free to do so. All right, so we are open the floor for questions. So remember our
I'm sorry
program. Yeah, sorry.
for the noise because in my office they are spraying the, you know, every evening they still spraying for safety.
Oh, okay, okay, understand that.
So
Yeah,
it's a bit noisy here.
okay,
Sorry for
okay.
that.
No worries. So anyone have any questions? So you can actually ask and comment right now. We'll try to pick up your question. Otherwise, you can always log into our IQI website, www.iqiglobal.com. Search for Vietnam. There will be quite a number of projects that listed in the our website. So if you are interested, you can always look into it, or you can actually contact our Ang or myself, okay, or you can actually put a remark on our Facebook page. We will get our team to contact you if you consider invest in Vietnam this opportunity. All right, so remember to log in every day 8 p.m. So tomorrow we have another programs that is going on at 8 p.m. same time, or GMT plus 8 will be on the London property. So for those who have friends or you are keen to explore in London, you can actually join us tomorrow at 8 p.m. So while we are still waiting for any questions, Q&A from the floor, remember, so if you wish to get the reports, okay, please comment reports and like our page or like our programs. My team will actually contact you to get the report. And one thing for sure is that if you invest through IQI, we have all the offices around the world, okay? We have our local team to actually serve you and take care of your property investment. So in fact, your investment will be safe and sound. So we will provide you one-stop solutions, okay? And we will hold your hand from the beginning until the end. So make sure you are happy throughout the whole process. This is what we IQI warriors that we promise to deliver such service to our clients, all right? So anyone have any questions? Okay, for those that who did not attend from the beginning, so we will always record it, and you can actually go to our YouTube channel to revisit our recordings from the beginning, so you won't miss anything. Don't worry about that.
I
So,
think Samsat has
yes,
question.
yes.
Yeah, I just saw his question. How long for the ownership of the property in Vietnam?
Mm,
Yeah, so for the residential property, a foreigner can buy and can own for 50 years,
mm-hmm,
and it can be extended one time.
mm-hmm.
Yes. And Mr. Ricky Lim asks, how many public holidays are there in Vietnam? You know, compared with all the South Asian country, we have the at least public holiday days compared to it's not many. It's like only like, including the Chinese Lunar New Year, it's only like 12 days per year.
Oh, okay. Everyone enjoy working.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Yes.
for the
So it's
questions.
only 12 days or 7 days? 12 days.
I think so.
Okay. Anyone have any more questions before we end our sessions? So don't be shy if you have later on, if you think of any questions that you wanted to know, okay, please always go to our Facebook page and put your comment there. We will get our team to contact you. All right. So this is the good opportunity for you to consider in investing in Vietnam, because due to it's an emerging market, so the return is actually very high in terms of capital appreciation, lots of room for capital appreciations as well. And in terms of the the government, I think the government is doing a fantastic job as well. And even though as a foreigner, the investment policy is rather simple and straightforward. So as long as you have a stamp on your passport, you can actually buy a properties in Vietnam. All right. So any more questions or anything you want to add, Anne?
Oh yeah. So like I would like to share 10 things to repair when you invest in Vietnam.
Yes,
First,
that'd be great.
call me IQI Vietnam and we take other things. Okay?
Yep. So remember, so Anne is very friendly and helpful tour guide. So she will make sure you fall in love with Vietnam before you leave the country. That's how she made me fall in love with Vietnam before I come back to Malaysia. Right, Anne?
Yes.
Okay. So okay. So if you have if this MCO were to be open, so anyone who wish to visit Vietnam to understand a little bit more of Vietnam markets and the Vietnam property, we have our IQI team in Vietnam to actually serve you. Don't worry about that. So just give us a call. Let us know when are you going to visit and what is your concerns. We will be able to address you. We'll make sure that your investment will be sound and safe, right?
Yes.
Okay, so remember to log in tomorrow, same time. So for those who enjoy my program and you do benefit a lot from my program, because do give us likes and love, okay? Or you like my page, or you like our YouTube page as well. So we will actually get our team to contact you to send you the freebie, the reports to you, all right? So thank you very much. And so I know that it's about 7:30.
Yes.
Okay, so it's time for dinner, right?
Yes. I'm very happy to be online with you and everybody.
Yes, okay. So thank you very much. Thanks for joining our program. So I hope everyone stay safe, take care, and be strong. All right. So see you tomorrow. Thank you, Anne. Bye-bye.